Because was it JT24?
Yes, I think it was JT24.
I think it was JT24 who said, enjoyed last week's show. Too bad you didn't say anything about Aptera. Because at the end of August, Aptera made a big splash that they're back. They're going to introduce a new and improved Aptera vehicle. Apparently, they're relaunching, and a lot of the original staff, if you want to call it, a lot of the original backers, a lot of the original people are back and working to get the Aptera up and off the ground. So why don't we talk more about Aptera? Well, in a word, yeah, we just don't want to.
I want to, but what is there to say right now? Last time we talked about it, we talked about how much less attractive it looks now, and we talked about how if it's not the right
likely
vehicle,
you're to die if you get hit in one of them.
I don't believe that. But yes, we did talk about that as well.
How it will never meet U.S. crash standards, no matter what.
I don't believe that, but
you don't have to. But
but we talked about how it's not the right car for today anymore because there are it costs more than the Tesla Model 3 Standard Plus, and you can only fit two. It's got 3 wheels, and some jurisdictions you'll have to wear a helmet even inside the car.
Yeah.
And the batteries, the new battery is going to be way larger than the old battery ever would have been, and if it comes out and it's anywhere near what they originally promised the first time around, I would probably still try to find a way to get myself into one of these because it looks cool as hell.
But okay, I see those front 2 wheels, a foot out from the chassis, and I just think
this vehicle is wider than the Model S and longer than the Model S.
But and I see those front wheels, and I think if you even bump the curb when you're parking,
your alignment's
those
done.
things scare me. They scare the crap out of me.
Was that a huge problem with the Plymouth Prowler?
Yes, I didn't buy one of those either.
So anything with 2 or 3 wheels is a motorcycle. It has no safety standards, no crash standards.
None are required.
If you get hit by an Escalade, you're dead. I mean, there's nothing's going to save you. So if you like living on the edge, go for it. But for the same price, you could get a real car.
Exactly. So if they bring the price down to the same level as to what it would have been back in the day, and
$69.95.
No, not that. They were talking about 35 back then, but if it feels like 35, but without actually costing the same as a base Tesla, and they do what they said, and they exceed the crash standards that are required for the 4-wheeler.
So what's the other 3-wheeled thing? Those Can-Am.
The Elio.
No, the gas Can-Am.
Arcimoto.
The
the Can-Am Spider.
Yeah.
And the Scorpio.
So they'll sell like 12 of them or something, and
this is okay. I'm sorry.
Let's face it. This car's era has left it behind. We are beyond the funny-looking car.
Yeah,
we're beyond it.
Yeah, whoever ran them out of business.
Back in 2010, it was still something that could come out.
Yeah.
But now the competition has left it behind.
Right.
This thing's a dinosaur, and it just doesn't know it.
If whoever ran the company out of business before, I think there was
the same 2 people who started it again.
No. I thought the other guy was the one who screwed it up.
It's the same 2 people.
But who did they fool into giving them money?
Okay, but either way, if they hadn't gone out of business the first time, then this thing might still be viable, and it would be on generation 3 or 4, just like the Teslas. But
no, it wouldn't.
No way.
No,
if it had sold,
with the design. So this article on Clean Technica starts off with a sentence: Aptera is the name for a bird without wings.
Right.
And where it should have gone from there was, and like an Aptera, this product has no chance of taking off.
So I mean, I still have a place in my heart for it, but like we're all saying,
that's fine.
It's not the vehicle for today. So
I mean, scam.
I hope they're not scamming.
I'm not going to say it's a scam.
Unless version 2.0 will actually take off and fly, then it would be cool.
No,
It's
I
a
don't want
niche
the people I
thing.
commute with
Yeah,
flying.
that's
I've seen them
Tony,
drive.
that's exactly the word I was about to use. It's a niche thing.
Yeah.
If somehow they build it and somebody just wants a funny looking thing that they can drive around and show off, then
look at
it's
me.
cute. But there's no
Yeah.
way this thing's going to get 1,000 miles. The way it's, at least the way it's currently displayed and structured on there. It's. I mean,
And there's
let's
no way
face
they're
it.
going to get 1,000 orders.
Right. These pictures. I mean, this is first year graphics student CAD drawings. I mean, these are.
Well, this is what I said when they brought this back out, is that it looks worse than the prototypes did. The prototypes were much more beautiful.
Yeah.
Even with these renders, I don't see where they're going to be fitting. What are they, 100 kilowatt?
Yeah, no way.
How do you got something that small and supposedly that light?
It's not.
And you're
It's
going
not
to put
small.
100
It's
kilowatt?
huge.
It's
Okay,
big.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's bigger than a Model S. It might be the size of Model X.
That's mostly because of those big wheels.
So for the
Yeah.
record, viewers and listeners, I reached out to Aptera to either have a conversation with them off the show or to have somebody on the show. And as of this Wednesday, as of right now, they have not responded. So busy are they building these things,
taking orders.
And,
yeah.
and you know what? I would like to think that we would welcome them on the show
Absolutely.
in good faith and hear exactly everything they have to say.
I'd love to hear what changed.
I honestly would love someone to change my mind.
Here's my problem. Aside from the practical considerations, these are the same two people that ran Aptera into the ground before, that made a lot of promises, but never managed to make a vehicle. And here they are again with a new take on it. Rather than being the most efficient gas vehicle in the world, this is going to be the most efficient battery operated vehicle in the world. And it's the same design. Nothing has changed except they've gone to batteries, and now
they went to batteries last time too.
It started as gas.
It started as gas, then they went hybrid, then they dropped the gas because of the emissions, and they went electric. And then they went out of business.
There's no vision here other than we're going to do. We love this shape, and no matter what, we're going to get suckers. I mean, investors to pony up on Indiegogo or crowdfunding, whatever it is they're doing, to raise money to try and build another prototype. And then in a couple of years, they'll throw in the towel and go, "Oh, we just couldn't do it."
So two things with this. Where are the original prototypes? And what did they say they're going to do? Well, because the original prototypes, they won races, they actually performed well, and then they keep saying how they're going to exceed the requirements for the four-wheel cars. The crash standards have come up exponentially since 2007, 2010. So for them to exceed the four-wheel cars, they would have had to have re-engineered the vehicle to be able to meet the four-wheel crash standards for today for that car. And like Paul said, yeah, they don't have to because it's a motorcycle, but if this is part of their thing is safety and fuel efficiency, what have they done from 2007, 2010 to meet today's standards, which are now
but to
a million
put all
times.
that stuff in the car, to make it as safe as a four-wheel car, it's going to add hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weight and tons of engineering complications, and it's not going to happen.
At the time, they were trying to go with the smart approach, like not smart like intelligent, but smart like the brand. And they were going with the roll cage, tritium cell type stuff. Obviously, whatever wasn't already patented to Daimler. I don't know if that will cut it today, because like everybody here pointed out, they've got the Plymouth Prowler wheels, and they were actually, at the time, they were Honda Insight tires. Just hanging out the outside there. And
I think at this point, Casey, you're the only person who seems concerned about this. Like, we have written this off. I know where you're coming from. These are good questions to ask, but like, I stopped caring. Did you know that the Cubs and the Reds are tied in the sixth inning?
I understand. You're saying words at me. So, on that same vein, is the Elio, is it still coming out, or any of the other cars that were coming out at the same time as this?
Arcimoto?
The Arcimoto's actually got some stuff out.
Oh, it does not. They still have not in production. They're still taking deposits.
Oh, never mind.
Allegedly, they delivered a few dozen. I don't remember what
the neighborhood vehicles, right?
The Six Sun. They delivered a few that were edition. That were like 3.5 times cost what they were originally going to do.
Didn't realize that. Yeah.
Arcimoto's another one. I'm tired of waiting. Arcimoto's been what, 12 years now? And they still haven't produced a vehicle.
And then Alio, what's up with the Alio? Are they?
No one cares.
Well, I mean, if they can meet that $8,000 price point, that's still pretty good. That's the used car price for a new car.
Dude, that's
Nobody
big,
can.
You can buy a
it's
used Leaf for $8
capital
grand.
if.
That's a real car.
Yeah,
Right.
and is electric instead of gas, with emissions controls and safety.
Yeah, I just the problem is they all, you know, it's wonderful to have dreams, and that's sometimes how we advance the state of the art, right? Somebody has this wild dream. Oh, look at this Corbin Sparrow. It's amazing. It's 3 wheels. It's da-da-da. And then it just doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't work
Unless
out.
you're Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work out again for you.
And then, right. And then you do the Edison thing and say, I tried 10,000 things that didn't work to find the one that did. But you've got to be willing to write off the things that don't work. You've got to be willing to just let it go and move on.
And I guess that's the hard part. I mean, you know, I don't think we're setting ourselves up as judge and jury here, but we've all been kind of had our fingers in this alt car world for a long time. And again, you know what? If this was a brand new undertaking and there was no Aptera, there was no, what was it, advanced composites before, I would have a completely different spin on this. But it's the same people. It's the same design, and they've tweaked a few things, and they're trying to sponge up money from people to maybe build some more prototypes.
That was the part that left a bad taste in my mouth, was how they came in looking for investors rather than saying, hey, you know, we've been working these last 10 years behind the scenes. We finally got our shit together, and now we're going to go ahead and relaunch this thing. We're not going to take your deposits because last time that worked so well. And we've got these prototypes now, and when they finally pass crash certification and we've got a place to put them together, oh, by the way, they're going to come out next year, that would have been a much better first impression, well, second first impression than the way that they came out this time.